flower, 6 feet tall, these beautiful blooms all over the top, and an awful lot of native arthropods feeding on them. And this was just recently. This is a symbol of his love and care for our landscape in this beautiful part of the nation, the nexus of flora, fauna, politics, and goodness knows what else. He's been busy documenting the beauties we miss, preserving the endemics as seed stocks, advocating for bits of nurturing and rare original landscape, being a rational voice for all that nurtures us while we ignore it. Aubrey modestly fights for the vital but undervalued around us. He gently and reasonably remonstrates when we need it. He has known nature as both a swamp country and a hill country lover. He can paddle a pirogue one-handed and fish with the other. And he spares no pain to record and replant what nature took eons to adopt and adapt onto this continent. And this lovely eroded and benign plateau we call the Ozarks, in this county of wooded mountainous ridges, in this benign community where all things meet. He is generous and tolerant to a fault. I know this is true because I'm a fault. Thank you.
Oh, good.
We can have volunteers at any point.
Who wants to get up and make some sort of toast to Aubrey, or just say some good words, or it's an open mic now, guys.
Whose wine is it?
I don't know.
That's yours, John.
I put it down.
That's yours.
No, this is mine.
Oh. Well,
I remember now.
then that's mine.
Now I remember.
Oh, no, there's lots of.
Well, I'm gonna get it in anyhow.
Okay. Very nice.
Getting hot in there. Okay. Yeah.
My name is Jim Bemis. I'm here as an elder photographer. I'm from angry old man taking the place of Aubrey tonight. Any of you who've been enraged or frustrated by Aubrey in the past, having your picture taken, it's not appropriate. Out of order, I'm going to take pictures for you tonight, including selfies with Aubrey for everyone here. He's insisted on that, and I'll do that afterward if he doesn't get you first. I don't think that many of you here are as old as I am, so I am going to claim to be the mentor for Aubrey. And actually, I remember when he used to do photography by lantern light. I'm from South Arkansas, and there was a lot of the work that we got done with candles, and I brought some memorabilia, I guess you'd say. Aubrey, here's a gift for you. This is a genuine Army issue, sort of vest that photographers use all over the world. You'll see you can carry either cartridges or film in there.
Wow.
Yes.
And for those of you who may remember the hippie days, I brought these. I signed up. These are something that Aubrey may have been able to use back in the day, left over from the 60s, and they represent, I think, an era of irresponsibility even greater than what we've seen today. And in addition, I've signed him up for a lottery that will be taken from steamboat, actually, a sort of a dinghy from New Orleans down to the Gulf of Mexico and then across to Mexico. We're gonna get to see all the oil slicks. And here's a swimsuit I bought for Aubrey, so he can do some snorkeling with his camera. He's probably never done it.
Very good.
Aubrey, I wish you could read the brand on that.
Wait, Aubrey, do that again.
Fits you perfectly.
Tommy Bahama.
Very nice.
I think that's very becoming, Aubrey. On the other side of the Gulf, he's gonna hit some of the remains of the last hurricane down there and see the residual effects of what happened with the oil spill, and then into the marshes where we're now seeing four-legged frogs. They're gonna have four big frog legs on every frog now that we've had those genetic repercussions for the oil spill. There also is a side trip to the catacombs in Guanajuato, Mexico. Aubrey has to get a two-way ticket or they won't let him back out. This is a box camera, Aubrey. Before, you use the 3 pins that are used to make your photograph. My wife has given me 3 colored pins. Red, green, yellow, I think it is. And that will give you a Technicolor box camera, the only thing probably will. I'll show you how to do that a little later on. And if you can't manage that one, here's one that's a little more basic. You can get this at the post office and make your own with a little duct tape. You can do wonders with this box right here that you have to construct and make it your little widescreen version. That's about all I brought on. But I want you to know I'm going to be here shooting photographs all day long. And any of you would like to have your picture taken with Aubrey, please look me up. I'm going to be back in the back here. Thank you. Also, it's a wilderness club. Thank you.
Now, don't be shy, you guys. Anyone else who wants to get up, please feel free.
It's your, this is your chance to tell them how it is. Well, I really take the opportunity.
Speech.
Yeah, maybe you should make a speech.
Yeah, Lauren.
Are you going to speak, Lauren? No.
Dick, do you have anything?
No, I didn't come prepared. Well, I can say something.
Let's just talk extemporaneously.
For 1 minute?
Yeah, just for...
What about how he drags you all over this thing?
What? Okay.
Yeah, Dick Bennett! All right.
My name is Dick Bennett. I've known Aubrey since 1966, when I first came to Fayetteville, the University of Arkansas. But I was born in a little town in Arkansas where Jehovah, Protestant Jehovah, by the way, of course, was a synonym. I grew up in the United States of America, and of course then my God became Mars. But after meeting Aubrey, I discovered that insects ought to be my leader and my God. And so he gave me a book in a very solemn way and made me promise that I would read it. I think that I didn't read it. All of it. That the author was Tally or something. Aubrey? Tally? Was it?
Yeah, Doug.
And this was truly...
Telling me.
Pardon?
Doug Talley.
Tally.
Bringing nature home.
Bringing nature home. And it was a momentous book. because I knew nothing about insects. I had never studied any entomology, but I was then exposed to a whole new world of creatures that you and I must protect along with humans and women.
Humans and women.
Aubrey, very much.
Okay. I don't know what to say.
Well, just get up there and flap your gums a little bit.
Talk about
You
flowers.
might want this.
Talk about insects.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, okay. Well, we've got a special moment.
Oh,
Careful. What is it?
Okay, I don't think you can read it because it's upside down.
Read it to us.
Notice,
John,
but this says,
he needs to
talk on the mic if you would.
get to,
Yeah.
yeah.
this is a fake check that Lauren created. And it says, Northwest Arkansas Land Trust, $7,500 exactly. Maintenance of John Rule's Frog Bayou property. Come up here and take that down because you have to give it to Terry Lane. So, well, you don't have
I'm glad.
to, come on up. Okay. Here it is. Well, the real check's on the back. They're not blown. But, this is for Terry. And I guess John just.
John gets it,
Good.
yeah.
And so, I wanna see your hands together.
Here we go.
Yeah!
And that's Lauren's money. John.
No! Only because he lets me keep some.
just as well.
Do I get to say a couple things?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, real quick, and then
Use that mic.
and then the birthday boy has to talk, so I can sit down. I don't know how many of you all know about the land trust, but our role is to permanently protect land in Northwest Arkansas. And as we know, we're growing fast. I grew up here, I grew up on Kessler Mountain, and things are changing. They're not like they were in 1975 or 85 or 95. And a lot of that is good. We have a lot of great built amenities coming to our region, but we also need to preserve the special places for wildlife that exist. And so one of the very best gifts we got was a donation of 151 acres, known as the Frog Bayou Preserve from John Rule. And that was a little over a year ago. And it's part of our work, our long-term role in permanently protecting and defending and caring for special places like this. Funding is really important. And so this is huge. And to me, this really just a further demonstration of Aubrey's commitment that is unwavering, the work he's done over the years, the spokesman that he is for the natural world and all living things. And we are very honored to have both these men standing behind me right now. It's pretty great. But on behalf of the Land Trust, thank you, both of you, for everything you've done, you continue to do, and we will do our best for the Frog Bayou Preserve. And if you have any questions about the Land Trust, I'm going to be around for a while, so is Simbaro. And we have a little token of appreciation for Lauren and Aubrey.
Oh,
Oh, we love those.
You get a hat.
That's my third new hat today.
It's a Save Land t-shirt. Northwest Arkansas, there you go.
Thank you.
awesome.
And one for you all as well.
Thank you.
If anybody else wants a t-shirt, let us know. We can talk to you about that. Or a hat.
And the exciting nature center
Oh, yes, thank you. Yeah, okay, so as you walk through, you probably saw written in progress, a Kessler Mountain Classroom and Nature Center. This is something that Frank Sharp, who owns the building, of course, and has also been a lifelong committed community conservationist, had started with a group of other people. And when the Land Trust moved into the building, our offices are upstairs, we said, you know, in addition to trying to build this space out to accommodate a school group once in a while, why don't we turn it into a Kessler Mountain Nature Center that really highlights the special plants and animals and geology and history and culture of Kessler. So that is what this space that you walked through is morphing into. We actually are starting with 4th graders next week for a pilot program. Frank has a conservation easement on 20 plus acres of land right outside of the building that he already had put a trail loop on. That trail loop has been enhanced. We've been having volunteer days to really get it ready for school groups and to make sure it goes through and kind of touches on important areas for the kids to learn about and for people to experience. So not only will there be the Classroom and Nature Center that will be open all the time to families and not just school groups, but we're really looking at, as Frank said, the K through PhD shared learning. We've got the university here, we've got students doing research projects, we have high school students, we have grade school kids, and we have underserved communities too. Not just Fayetteville, but this location can do a lot for Farmington or Prairie Grove or West Fork or Greenland. So that's what we're going to be looking at trying to do here. And I noticed there was a donation bowl, so your donations to the Land Trust, artwork, their envelopes, or specifically to the classroom will be much appreciated. Again, if you want to know more about that, just grab me or Sim. Thank you.
I'd like to add a word to all the good words that have been said. I was brought to this beautiful eroded plateau, as I like to think about it, as a toddler in 1932, going on 85 now. And it seems to me it really saved my life. And in many ways, I was a child of the Depression and dragged from Kansas to the Gulf and back through several states and seen an awful lot of degradation and oil fields and all this sort of thing. And I feel I owe a great deal to simply to the beauty of the area, because I'd never seen anything like that when I was brought here in 1932. And I've been in love with it ever since. I think we're on the cusp of change. I think we can go any direction now. And we're faced with immense technological decisions. What they will do to our lives and all, we really don't know. But we do have this bank of nature. And I think we should strive very hard to preserve as much of it as we can for the future and for everyone who's coming, we hope.
You're here. Very good.
Well, thanks to John Rule for showing us his property a few years ago. We went out there several times in the spring, and John, I think John, was I the first person to suggest you put it in the Land Trust?
I'll give you one of them.
I don't know, I only have one hearing aid in.
I think I was the first person to suggest you put it in the Land Trust.
That could be.
But this is a wonderful thing, and Frank Sharp and some of the, 2 or 3 of your neighbors have been in the Land Trust for a long time. And not only is this Land Trust working for Mount Kessler, or the private people in some cases, but it's also, I believe, going to be the Land Trust for the city's portion of Mount Kessler.
409 acres,
409 acres.
permanently protected.
Permanently protected. So there's money needed to help support that effort very much, which she's talking about. But I want to reaffirm that. John Rowe's land's way out there, it's down roads where you can't easily drive and easily get out. And I don't know how many times he has come back after being unable to leave there for 2 weeks after rain, and his road would be muddy and trees would be across it. So he carries a chainsaw in the back of his pickup, yeah, all the time. And that's pretty, it's a pretty nice, pristine place out there. And when I will start a slideshow in a little bit here, and some of the pictures are some he made out there and some I made out there, which show a few spots of beauty from out there and what it's like. So,
Well, there have been times where John has had to stay out there for quite a few days to fill the, not ruts, huge gaping holes in the road. And John has been kind enough to have me out for several birthdays of mine and have us. And the first time, if we had not been following John, I kept saying, this is not a road. This is not a road. Except that he's in front of us, I'm gonna take this on faith. But it's well worth the effort to be there. But the Land Trust, I know will do a good job not paving a road, but making it accessible, because you don't want to go too, it should remain the way it is. And
it's barely
still be
accessible.
safe. And I love John gets out and says, the schoolhouse was here. It was last here in 1924 or something like that. So it's amazing that a schoolhouse was out there. And really wonderful history.
okay, thanks, Laurie. Anybody else got anything?
I did.
You do?
We,
I did. Lauren asked me to read this for you, and I don't read well, and I don't like being in front of people, but Aubrey's being honored. Today is now Aubrey James Shepherd Day in Fayetteville, Arkansas. But as I stumble, you guys can come and read it and make English out of it later. But Office of the Mayor, City of Fayetteville issues this proclamation. Whereas, born on October 31st, 1940, Aubrey James Shepherd has embraced the land of Arkansas since coming here from Louisiana, walking our waterways, creeks, and streams with camera in hand and a heart for conservation. And whereas, as an English professor, Aubrey inspired many with his unique style, including the use of the Herder's outdoor equipment catalog for examples of descriptive style writing. And whereas, Aubrey is well known as a storyteller, educator, and activist, a champion of environmental conservation, and a friend to those who come to him with a need. And whereas, Aubrey has served our city well with his work on the Fayetteville Telecommunications Board, the Environmental Action Committee, Partners for Better Housing, Ozark Headwaters chapter of the Sierra Club, and the Regional National Cemetery Improvement Corporation. And whereas, in all that he does, Aubrey has shown his great love for all creatures and has devoted himself to educating and encouraging us all to be more aware of the world around us and to respect and appreciate all living things. Now, therefore, I, Flannel Jordan, Mayor of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas, do hereby proclaim Saturday, October 31st, 2015, as Aubrey James Shepherd Day in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and encourage all to celebrate this day with Aubrey. And then In witness thereof, declare.
I really didn't expect this. I knew that Lionel Jordan would not be here because he has football tickets in the same seats he's had for decades. And he walks from his home to the stadium, climbs all the way up to the top, refuses to take a free box with the rich people, even after being elected mayor, maybe 8 years, 7 years ago now. And so I didn't expect him, you know, he apologized he couldn't come, but I wasn't expecting anything. This is amazing. A lot of people have these, I think, for good reason, and I never expected to get one. So I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Right here and right here. And right in your ear. And on your hat. Let's get
Aubrey, what was it you used to always say when you signed off your outdoor show? Keep the sky blue, the grass green, or something? How did that go?
Okay, one second.